Hello. You can click right here. You'll see what your shortcut is going to be. So I don't have to go back into filter and select gaussian. and stay tuned for more videos.